So about a year ago now, I cut some of these. I bent them, recorded everything, but the problem is this is too big. Didn't change the design, I just shortened it by 3/4 of an inch. But these turned out pretty nice. This would be for a modern drum. So the radius that this works with would be 6 inches. That's the outside radius of this rail that I've already rolled. I need to make this smaller because this is currently 12-inch diameter or 6-inch radius. I need to take it down 5.5 inches or 11. So what I did was when I cut my layout on the struts, I decided to do a 5.25 inch center to center from the pivot point. So it'll go right along the top of that. Now I can also adjust from here to there by how much I bend that. We can adjust the in and out from the strut using a spacer. The layout that I've determined is I'm going to go 2 inches off the bottom, go 1 more inch up, and then we'll determine what angle we need according to how far that goes. This is called Dykem Blue. It allows me to make very visible scratch marks. Those scratch marks will allow me to know where to line things up. So what I'm doing right now is getting a twist out. So other than polishing these are done. Change of plans. I was going to use a counter bore with a 5/16 pilot to go into this 3/8 threaded hole, but it's going to get really thin. So what I'm going to do is clean up the surface and just apply some JB weld. This is really just a flat area for a washer. Doesn't really get a lot of pressure. I'm also going to fill that and then re-tap that hole. When that's dry, I'll run the tap through it one more time. Take that off. So I've cut 4 pieces of 1/4 inch stainless steel threaded rod, and they're all about twice as long as I need to be, but I'm going to machine one end, and then when I know the length that I need, just simply bandsaw or turn it off on the lathe. Problem with machining this kind of stainless is that if you don't cut it quickly and the metal heats up, it work hardens. So I need to avoid doing that. What I'm going to do is turn down one end, thread it to, I think, 632 or 832, and then that's it. The way these go together, threaded rod, tiny little threaded bit is going to go into the rail. There'll be a spacer right there that I still need to make, and then the other rail will be right there, and it'll all tighten down, and then this acts as a nut to tighten up that way. This also allows a little bit of adjustment. Setting the depth to 11/16 or just under, because that takes into account the 1/2 inch of rail and 3/16 of space. If my voice sounds funny, it's because the cutting oil kind of gets to my throat. Now that I've made my posts, the threaded mounts for the rails, and the pivot arm, the next two parts, now that I know my lengths, will be the spacer down here and the bolt that goes through. And to do that, I'll actually just hold it in the lathe and cut the threaded portion, leave a smooth portion, much like a shoulder bolt. Could just use one of these, but that wouldn't look as cool. Let's clean that up. Made 9 parts so far for each gauge. Still have to make spacers, so that's 10, 11. Finish the rails, 12, 13. Knuckles for each one of these, 14, 15. Activator rod, 16. So I have at least 16 parts per gauge. So in the next video you'll see me finish the rails and the spacers, get the knuckles done, and maybe make the activator arm. Thanks for following along. Hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already. Like and share this video if you would. Thanks for watching.